sanction the UAE from all of African Union forums. Thank you, sir.
Reports and discussions continue to intensify across the continent regarding the United Arab Emirates' political and economic footprint in Africa, particularly in conflict-affected regions. This conversation resurfaced prominently during a recent African Leadership Forum where Professor Ahmed Samatar of Somalia voiced a strong call for African nations to review their engagement with the UAE. In the video, Professor Samatar expressed that African states should not invite criminal regimes into our midst and stated that the UAE as a state has been involved in activities across Africa that resemble the actions of governments that historically supported apartheid and regime destabilization. He argued that the African Union should reconsider the UAE's observer status and suspend its participation in African platforms until concerns are addressed.
I'm speaking as a Somali, a country and a people who have suffered for over 30 years exactly because of the same conditions in the Sudan and because the African Union and the African people did not come to the help of my own people. So I urge everyone here to support the people of Sudan. Second, the United Arab Emirates as a country, not as an ambassador or individuals, but as a country, is comparable, let me repeat that, is comparable to those who supported apartheid and those who supported Ian Smith in what was previously Rhodesia. So we should deal with that country exactly as we dealt with supporters of apartheid and supporters of Ian Smith. And therefore we should sanction them. We should take them out of the African Union. We should not invite into our forums until they come to their senses. Finally, here's my recommendation, very briefly. Don't invite criminal regimes to our midst, to our forums. Second, sanction the UAE from all of African Union forums. Thank you, sir.
First of all, can we clap for him again? A round of applause. Yes.
His remarks follow a growing public conversation online about the UAE's business interests in African natural resources, particularly gold. Another widely circulated video online features a commentator alleging that conflict-driven gold extraction in Sudan and other African regions has benefited foreign actors, including business networks linked to the UAE. According to these claims, the continuation of armed conflict in Sudan provides an environment where unregulated gold extraction and smuggling can flourish, resulting in billions leaving the continent undocumented.
Boycott the UAE, reject everything it offers. They continue to fund and support the genocide in Sudan. The United Arab Emirates not only wants Sudanese gold, it also wants Sudanese land. The Nile Valley culture, go and look it up. It is one of the earliest agricultural civilizations on this planet, and it is found exactly where we have the largest humanitarian crisis in the world right now, a hunger crisis, a manufactured famine right now, because the United Arab Emirates is jealous. It does not have the agricultural capacity, the land to feed its own people for now and for generations to come. So what does it do? It goes to Africa, wants to take that land from the Sudanese people, and it is funding the rapid support forces to continue to do that, to continue to terrorize Sudanese people and to dispossess them of their land. This is a manufactured famine, and it is because the UAE has used every single inch, every square inch of the little land that it has to build garish skyscrapers, to build humongous, gigantic shopping malls. It did not think of food for its people. But you know what? It always planned ahead to steal Sudanese land, to dispossess the Sudanese people of their land for food. Not only gold, but also for food. So think about that and reject everything it offers. Emirates, don't fly it. Whatever else they have to offer, don't go there on vacations. Stand with the Sudanese people. Stand on the right side.
These claims align with documented findings by multiple international research bodies and independent investigative journalists who have previously reported that significant quantities of Sudanese and Sahel region gold are exported informally to Dubai. The UAE government has repeatedly denied supporting conflict actors and insists its trade is legal, regulated, and mutually beneficial.
The UAE has been dubbed the city of gold. How is that possible? UAE does not have one gold mine, but you know who has a fuck ton of gold? Sudan. Destabilization of this country has massively benefited the UAE. This globe is older than South Sudan, I will say that. But here in Sudan, there's 26 million people who are starving right now, who are facing severe food insecurity. There's 3.7 million children under the age of 5 who are expected to face severe malnutrition this year alone. 11 million people from Sudan have been displaced from their homes. They have been displaced to within Sudan. They have been displaced to neighboring countries like Chad, South Sudan, Egypt. Paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces, is fighting against the Sudanese armed forces, okay? The Rapid Support Forces is being funded by the UAE, which is right here. The United Arab Emirates. Why is this happening? This is according to a study done by Swiss Aid in 2012 to 2022, said that 20 to 25% of the gold sold worldwide is sold by the UAE. So this tiny little strip of fucking greed has absolutely ravaged this country, has turned this country into a war-torn country. And for what? For what? For gold?
If you are watching from anywhere across Africa or the diaspora, this conversation concerns us all. Who controls African resources? Who benefits when instability continues? And what role should the African Union play? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Subscribe to See Africa TV so this conversation spreads wider. Your voice matters in shaping the future of the continent. Meanwhile, peace groups, civil society organizations, and political analysts are now calling for 1. Transparent resource governance, especially in gold and rare minerals. 2. Public disclosure of foreign mining and export agreements. 3. Stronger African Union mechanisms to prevent foreign powers from influencing internal conflicts. However, others argue that Africa must also look inward. They say foreign actors only exploit opportunities that African leaders themselves enable. They point to weak regulation, competing warlords, and political elites who profit directly from conflict economies. The debate continues. Should the African Union suspend UAE observer membership? Should African states adopt collective sanctions, as Professor Samatar suggests? Or should African countries renegotiate terms of engagement instead of cutting ties? These questions remain open. What is clear is that the issue of external influence on African conflict zones is now back at the center of continental discourse. Disclaimer: this report is based on publicly available commentary, academic statements, and ongoing public debate. All allegations mentioned here should be understood as claims made by speakers and analysts in referenced videos and discussions. See Africa TV does not endorse, accuse, or assert criminal activity. This broadcast encourages peaceful dialogue, lawful transparency, and factual inquiry.